Hello everyone, this is Kuldeep from Gestisoft. Welcome to a new video on Civio. Today I'll be covering four main things that the Civio platform can do. First, we'll be looking at how to create electoral districts and development sectors. We then are going to look at how to create status and characteristics of citizen requests. Then we are also going to look at how to create themes. And finally, I'm going to show you how we can create interventions when it comes to specific citizen requests via the Civio platform. So what we're going to do first, we're going to click on the Civio down here and we're going to access the settings. And then we are going to on the left, access electoral districts. Now, this is the electoral districts, which will help you to group electors based on their location. So it can help you to facilitate your electoral lists. It can also help with the organization of local elections, as well as to come up with personalized communication. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new electoral district. So going to click on New. Then you're going to give it a number and then you're going to write the name. So right now I'm just going to use West Sutton as an example. What is also important for you to know is you can also have the advisor name that you can add here. The advisor name will be the name of the city councillor that will be added here. And you can also go on to details if you want to add any other additional details for that specific electoral district. So the advisor code, the object ID, or the geometry. Once you've done all that, you can go ahead and click on Save and Close and you're going to have it here, West Sutton, which has already been added. Currently, the city councilor name is empty because I didn't add one. Now let's move to the next thing that I wanted to show you that is kind of linked to the electoral districts, which is the development sectors. Now you go ahead just below the electoral districts, we've got the development sectors here. You can click on it and then here as well, we are going to now create a new sector. So we are going to click on new up here, and then we are going to add the information. So the name of the development sector. So let's say we still go with Westerton as the example, and then you're going to give it a number. In the details, you can go ahead and add any other additional details if you want to. Once you've done that, you can then click on Save and Close, and there you have it. It has already been added. Now, the development sectors is important in the Civio platform because it helps to facilitate project management. It also helps with the communication with all stakeholders and also with budget planning and so on. So it's very important for you to add the most information that you can for each of the development sector. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is if you scroll down the case statuses. In the Civio platform or in general in your towns or municipalities, when you receive a citizen request, it obviously has a different status based on the urgency or maybe the type of request that you are receiving. So right now, we are going to look at statuses in Civio, and this is going to facilitate the citizen request management by prioritizing the request by the status. So we're going to click on New up here. And this is where you're going to add all of the information. So the case status name, the status, so whether it is open, assigned, or closed. And then we also have the parent status, which you will only use if, for instance, you are creating a substatus right now. So if you are creating a substatus, you can go ahead and click on the magnifying glass here and then select the parent status to assign it to, or else you can just leave it blank. Now, I wanted to go back here just to take one of it to show you how it's going to look at in the end. So for instance, let's just say we select this one So as you can see, we've got the status name already written, the citizen status here, and then on the right, you will see we've got position. So the position is actually the level of urgency that request is. So you are going to add the numerical value here, one denoting being very urgent, so that it can be treated in the platform. And then you are also going to see we've got other options here that you can select for that specific status. So for instance, if it is transported, if it is assigned, whether it is closed, or if it is under judicial status, and so on. So there are many different options for you here to select what is the type of case status that we are dealing with. Now, another thing that I wanted to show you, so for instance, if I take the new here, we've got the option of predefined messages. So when you come on predefined messages, this is where you will be able to attach all the different messages for that specific case based on the status that it is in the channel. So if you want to learn more about that, by the way, I did a whole video about how you can create predefined messages in Civio. The link will be in the description below. And once you've done that, you will get a better idea on what we are trying to do here when it comes to the predefined messages. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about was the service request type. So again, when it comes to citizen requests in a town or a municipality, there's various types of service requests that you are receiving. Now, the Civio platform, the way that we have built it here at Gestisoft is you are able to identify those service request types based on the identification code that we give them. And if you want to learn more about that, the link for that video will be in the description below. It is the introduction video that I did for Civio where I went in detail about the different code that we usually assign based on the type of request. So for instance, we've got the ENT, we've got the E, and we've got the SI, and so on. So similar to how you are going to create a new case status, we are going to create a new service request. You can go ahead and click on new, and you will be asked to add all of the information here. So what is the name, the level? As you can see the level, you can choose different types of level. Then we've got the parent level, the description, and so on. And I wanted to show you one that we've already done, which is the sport and leisure. So I'm going to show you two examples for this video. One is sport and leisure because it is a sub-theme. And then the parent level, as you can see, it is about activity, event, and community life. Now, this is a sub-theme, but it also has children features. Now, the children features that come with this specific service request are sports activity, park and sports area. So all of these things are interconnected in the system so that the service request will take into account all of this information when the 311 agent is going to answer any query or any service request, or even if your citizens are looking for information that is specific to sport and leisure. Now, it also allows for a better citizen request management overall. The next thing that I also wanted to show you, let's say we've got another type of service request. Let's say we've got wild animal. So as you can see here again, we've got the level, the case type number, the parent level, and the keywords. For this one, there is no children features because it is a different type of service request. But if you go into the details, you will see here we've got the documentation details. So these are the different information that the agent can use to answer to the queries of the citizen. We've also got the category, which is for this one, it is an simple information. So this is SI. And what you can also include, which I think is really great, is instructions so that the agent has a set of instructions that they can follow when they are answering any query that is related to this specific service request, in this case, wild animal. And if you scroll down more, you will have other specific attributes that can be added with that specific service request. So as you can see, we've got, like, for instance, snow removal, which has been masked because it is not really related to the specific service request, but we've got other stuff that is unmasked, that is present, I would say, like, for instance, if you go even down here, so you will see the development sector is geomatics because we need to know the location, so that is unmasked. Or we've also got other information here, like the address, which is unmasked, as you can see. So all of this information are added to help the agent with processing the requests. The next thing that I also wanted to touch upon was the knowledge article solution. So these are articles that you've added on your own that can again help the agent, but also the citizen who are on your website to get additional information for that specific service request that they are making. And you can add other additional knowledge article here by just clicking on the new KB article, and then you can select here with the magnifying glass. You can select the type of article that you want to attach to this service request, and then you can go ahead and click on save and close. And once you've done all of that, all of this information will be put in here and be associated to that specific service request. Now, the next thing that is important now is themes. So if you scroll up here, you will see just under users, we've got themes. So if you click on the themes and you click on new, you can go ahead and create a new theme. So you will be able to have the team name, the service, for instance. So you can click on the magnifying glass again and choose a service. The business unit will be added automatically once you input all of the information. You can have the administrator, the team type, and so on. So I'm just going to show you an example here. So for instance, we've got 311. So as you can see, all of this information has already been added. And on the right, you will see we've got a list of team members. So these are all of the team members that are present in that specific team. So it's very simple, it's very direct, and you can create teams like that very easily. Now, the last thing that I do want to touch upon is the interventions. Now, the interventions, you will find them just under the case statuses. So if you click on them, you will have access to the list of the intervention. Now, these are obviously necessary to manage citizen requests, to coordinate any municipal activities, to manage any city projects, and so on. So if you click on New up here, you will be able to add all of the information that is required for an intervention to happen. So whether it is a case, who is on a team, the transmission channel, the transfer date, and if that request require any immediate attention right now, yes or no, all of this information will be input here by the agent. Now let's look at an example, for instance. So for this one, we've got the snow removal, we've got the transmission channel. We've seen that it's not something that is immediate. So, you've got all of the information right now. And once this request has been transferred to another team or has changed in terms of the status, you can come here and input the transfer date here so that you keep a track of all of the information that is related to that specific service request. So we've seen really how you can manage your request settings in Civio, how you can create electoral districts and development sectors, how you can create case statuses and characteristics of requests, how to create teams, and how to create the interventions associated with teams. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.